Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Florida Boy. You are watching Floridaboyedc. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Trustfire MC3, doing a full review. Let's get into it. Alright, so this light was sent in by Trustfire for review, so thank you to the guys over there at Trustfire for supporting the channel and, you know, sending stuff in for me to support you guys. So, greatly appreciate that. So here is the Trustfire MC3. This is, actually, this has been a fairly good flashlight. Really surprised. This is my first interaction with Trustfire. You know, I don't have any experience at all with them, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect whenever I started handling one of their flashlights. But I have to say that I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't had really a whole lot of issues. If we look at battery, I did go over this on the unboxing, but it does come with a battery, and it's a 21700. So props to you guys for giving us that little bit of extra battery life over the 18650s. So that is very, very nice. This little bad boy right here will max out at 2500 lumens with a 360 meter throw. And yes, if you use it on low power modes, you are going to get roughly 11 days of runtime. So the specs are good. The specs are good. I think it's pretty safe to say it's pretty good. So as far as functions go on this guy, we do have a high, medium, low, eco mode, SOS, and strobes. I don't use a lot of the blinky features on a lot of my flashlights to begin with, but this does have them if you are part of that dealio. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and click and hold, turn this guy on, and then you can click like this. There you go. I'm just cycling through modes, and that's all you do to cycle through modes. You're just clicking, click, click, click. So it's a little bit different than say like an Olight, but it is very, very similar to a Rovivon as far as the UI goes. So press and hold, turn on, click to cycle through the modes. That is Rovivon all the way. Double tap, and you can see we're getting into the blinkies. I think yeah, double tap is why is my brain not lockout? There we go. You get the blinkies, lets you know that you're in lockout mode. So if we go ahead and want to get into a strobe mode, what you're going to do is you're going to hold for 2 seconds. And there you go. And now we're all blind. So there, and there you go. So this does have a memory mode, which is really, really nice. And memory mode will just rememberize the current mode that you're in whenever you turn this light off. That is how it should be, people. If any other flashlight companies are watching, just make it remember the last mode that you were on. Don't make us have to let it sit on that mode for like 3 minutes, for the love of God. I have a flashlight that's like that. I cannot remember what brand it is, but if you want to program the memory mode, you literally have to let it run on that one mode for like 3 minutes. It's 2023. Let's not do that anymore. Okay. So, I mean, that's pretty much the skinny of this. We do have a magnetic tail cap on the bottom, and yes, it will work with magnetic charging. And I wanted to show right here, this has got to be one of the slickest boards I've ever seen on a flashlight. I know this is kind of silly. This is a silly thing, but this is super slick. I love that it's black and brass. Olight usually has a green board. I know this is nothing you're ever going to see or be able to, you're not going to pull your flashlight and go show somebody and be like, hey, look at the board. Like it's not going to happen, but I do appreciate that little cosmetic, you know, aesthetic design, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So what we'll do is go ahead and do one of these little measurements here. I'm having a really hard time with words. So we are at 4.5 inches. And if we go ahead and see how much old girl weighs, we are at 4.4 ounces. There we go. Very, very nice. Like I said, I've been kind of enjoying this flashlight. I'm not gonna lie. So let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. I like to do these because this gives people an idea of the size of this guy. This really kind of is Warrior Mini 3, Warrior Mini 2 size, you know, lumen top. The LM10 is a little bit more of a short boy, but he, you know, pumps out a lot of power. It's one of my favorite flashlights. So we'll go ahead and stack up with the Arcfeld. So there's your Arcfeld, Olight. And then we'll go ahead and do the Baton 3 Pro. What else do I got? I got the Olight i5T. Boop, boop. There's the i5T. We'll go ahead and hit the i3T here on the table because why not? Got an i3 out there. Might as well have an i5. Might as well have an i3. We'll go ahead and swap out the i5 with the Lumitop Tool AA. There we go. Tool AA to the rescue. And we'll just throw one more out there, just the smaller one. This is the Rovivon A9 Pro. And yes, this thing towers over this little guy, unfortunately. Little Rovivons they're tiny, but they're tiny but mighty. That should be their new slogan, tiny but mighty. So let's talk about pricing. This thing is $50 from the Trustfire website. You can find better deals than that if you shop around. I will link the actual, you know, light to the website on the description down below. It is not an affiliate link. I don't think I get a kickback on that. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to confirm or deny. I don't remember. I think them sending in the light was the kickback. So I will link the link that they sent me down below. I think it goes on sale on Amazon and on their website kind of concurrently. Normally it's $60 on their website. It's like $50 right now, so it's not a bad price. I would say buy either way. Going back to the specs of this, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it is IP68 protected, so you do have dust and waterproof protection, which is super, super nice. A lot of the lights that you're going to see, they will have the waterproof rating, but they will not test it for dust. So if you don't know how IP works, you have your IP rating, and then you have generally two numbers. So if you see an IP68, like what this guy is, that means you have level 6 dust protection, and then you have level 8 waterproofing. So, yeah, I mean, props to them for testing both. That is pretty nice. You actually have to do the test to be able to do the IP rating. It's not something manufacturers just slap onto these things. So yeah, they're good for them. I'm glad they did, because they do market this as more of a tactical, like, maybe tactical is not the right word. It doesn't have a tail switch, but they do market it more as a heavy use duty flashlight. So I do appreciate that rating. You are going to have 32,000 candela on this bad boy, so it does have a pretty nice beam pattern. We will go ahead and take it outside here in just a second so we can test that out. And excuse me, my throat getting dry. So we will go outside and test out this beam, and we'll compare it to some of those flashlights that I just shown. And yeah, I think that's kind of the specs, you know. 360 meter throw, they say 1,000 hour runtime. I'm gonna guess that's on the lower spectrum of the functionality, you know, the medium, moonlight, low area. So yeah, let's go ahead and take it outside. We'll go ahead and do some comparison shots against some of my other flashlights, and we'll see what we get. So let's go. All right, so up next is the Trustfire MC3. And sorry about the constant air conditioner in all my beam shot videos. With how hot it is in Florida right now, it's pretty much always running. My electric bill is stupid. So what we'll go ahead and do is go ahead and flip this beast on as soon as I can find the fire button. There it is. Double tap, or hold, excuse me, hold to turn on. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and cycle through the modes. I believe this is moonlight. Probably can't pick it up on camera. So we'll go to low, medium, high, and then back down to the moonlight. So moonlight, low, medium, high. I guess you could say low, medium, high, turbo. I don't know how they classify this, so we're just going to go with moonlight, low, medium, and high. So let's go ahead and bust out the Arcfeld, one of our staple comparison lights, and we'll start him off in Moonlight. As you can see, Moonlight on the arc feld. You can see this is the arc feld down here. That's the Trustfire, but we're going to go ahead and cycle up. So Trustfire will go up to low, the arc feld up to low, arc feld up to medium, Trustfire up to medium, high for both lights. There's your Trustfire, there's your arc feld, and then back down to low. So what I'll do for the Trustfire is I'll leave it on high, and then I'll turbo the arc feld. And then there you can see the difference. Trustfire, arc feld. All right, pretty similar there, actually. A lot closer than I really kind of thought it was going to be. All right, so next up, Lumentop LM10 with my personal flavor on it. Let me go ahead and make sure that it is ramped down. All right, so here's the Lumentop beam. Here's the Trustfire beam. Go ahead and bring the Trustfire up to low, and then I'll ramp up the LM10 just a hair. We'll say that's low for the LM10. LM10 is smooth ramping, so it's really hard to get it and say, you know, low or medium or, you know, what have you. So we'll ramp it up. First blink, we'll call that medium. We'll call this medium for the Trustfire. We'll go up to high for the Lumentop. There's the blink. High for the Trustfire. And then I will turbo the LM10. You see the Trustfire does not have a turbo. This is basically the turbo. I don't know, man. This Trustfire is kind of a little powerhouse. That's what I was saying. It's really surprising. I'd be super game if they'd hit up like a, you know, one of my special flavors like copper or brass or just any of those more exotic style metals. So next, there it goes. Next, we're going to run the Baton 3 Pro versus the Trustfire. So Trustfire on the right, Baton 3 Pro on the left. We're going to start off on Moonlight for both. So probably can't pick it up very well, so we'll just go ahead and dodge up to low. Low. Medium on the Baton 3 Pro. Medium on the Trustfire. And then we'll go high on the Baton 3 Pro. And then high on the Trustfire. And just to even it out, we will turbo the Baton 3 Pro. Got something flew onto my hand. And there you go. See the difference there. The beam on the Trustfire is really interesting. It's kind of super floody, but it does have a little bit of a spot in the middle. It's just basically all spill. It's kind of a weird beam pattern. But it does the job. I mean, God, the brightness settings on this things are super intense. Anything past Moonlight is crazy bright. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be thinking about picking one up. But that's going to do it for the beam shots. We're going to go ahead and head back to the table. So see you there. All right. So I think it's pretty good. I think anybody else will agree with me. I think the $50 price mark is pretty on par. I think it's worth 50. It's hard. That's a hard choice. There is a lot of options at the $50 price mark. You get, you're into Olight, Lumentop, Ace Beam. I mean, there's Rovivon. There's a lot of lights for that $50 price mark. So you really got to bring it. Now for a flashlight like this, let's talk about what I think, as far as like value goes, if anybody cares to listen to me banter on a little bit more. I think for the $50 price mark, if you are someone who is going to be, police, fireman, medic, even, I want to use the word maintenance, but not maintenance, like, someone who goes out to like at my job, we call in like, different companies to come in and service things like, kind of like maintenance guys, but they're not maintenance. The word's escaping me at the moment, but come in and service like the walk-in freezers and stuff like that. Like for people who are going to put this thing to use and use it a lot, and it's going to be beaten and banged around and possibly get wet and dropped in the mud and the dirt and stuff, I think this is great. I would not want to do that with one of my Olights. I think Olight lights are very durable, but I also think that Olight lights are not meant for super heavy duty use. Now I know people are going to say, yes, they are. I use mine for this and that. I know, I know. But let's be honest, Olights are pretty. Olights are very, very pretty. And yes, they are, the way they're designed, they will handle that. But I don't think they're typically designed for that. Whereas where a light like this, I think this is more designed for that type of use. That's why we get the dual IP ratings. I just think this is built a little bit different than, a typical EDC light. I think this is an EDC light for someone who is going to duty carry this, or, like I said, use it for construction or other jobs that are this thing's going to be like, bam, going to get beaten and banged around. And I really I think I could go out there and, nail in a nail with the bottom of this and probably not have any kind of issues afterwards. I wouldn't do that with an Olight or a Rovivon, you know what I'm saying? So you can just feel these and feel they're a little bit more heavy duty. So I think if you are going to be using this pretty hard use, heavy, medium to heavy use, I think this is a great flashlight for that. If you were looking for a light just for typical EDC, something you might pull out of your pocket every now and then, it would still be good for that, but you have a lot of options. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of options. So maybe yes, maybe no. It would be great for a blackout EDC if you enjoy bigger lights. The 21700 battery makes this an excellent choice for pretty much every range because your battery life is going to be amazing. So I think it's worth the $50, especially since it comes with a battery. Typically for two 21700 batteries, you're going to pay like $20 for two of them. They're like $10 a piece, and you can't just buy one. They come with two, so you're going to spend like $20. So just imagine that at least $10 or $11 of this flashlight is straight battery. So you're looking more like $40 for this flashlight, which would make it a little bit more appealing. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on this flashlight. I think it's great. I think it's probably not going to be for everybody, but for the people that this is designed for, I think this is a great flashlight. Like I said, if you're going to walk outside and clap somebody in the head with it, it'll definitely handle it. And of course, you got the glass breaker on the front. So it just all the more testament to, field duty. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you again so much to Trustfire for sending this in for review. I have really, really enjoyed this light. I think I'm going to have to start looking at some more Trustfire stuff. I really do. You'll probably see some more Trustfire stuff on the channel. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the channel. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, tick the bell, share it to your friends, all that stuff. You know what to do. I'll catch you on the next one.